Hi everyone, welcome to my DE2. In this DE2, I'll be talking about debt management plans as the extension for my main work. So, firstly, I'm going to talk about the steps for a DMP and then the things to consider when doing a DMP. So, the DMP is the debt management plan, a plan designed to try and minimize the amount of debt or the current situation that the debt holder is in. So the steps to have a DMP is to first determine the debts that the DMP will cover. Second is to determine if the DMP is worth it or not. And third, work out the budget. Fourth, revise the DMP or try and understand if there's a need to pay the DMP or no, because there are some DMPs, counselors that are free. And lastly, choose a DMP provider, which is the provider say sometimes can be free, they sometimes don't. So now into the detail part, which is determining if a DMP is worth it or not. So firstly, in order to find if a debt management plan is worth it or not, we have to consider priority debts. So priority debts is like a really serious debt that if the individual doesn't pay, they'll get in trouble. For example, taxes, fines, mortgage, rent, bills, child support, like ex-partner and stuff. So if the individual does not pay those fines, those debts, they would be punished. For example, jail, fines, like money, etc. So, reasons for a debt management plan. So there are two main reasons in my opinion as well as my research. First is that they haven't or are unable to pay back their debt, meaning that their creditors or loaners are like getting really angry and demanding them to pay it like right now. Next is that they have budgeting problems, meaning that with more of their budgeting, their money or financial situation goes downhill, leading to more debt. So, firstly, after we understand the priority debts and the reason for a DMP, we have to consider if a DMP is really worth it. So, firstly, DMP can make the loan repayment longer, because if the main goal of the DMP is to manage the debt, so that should include something like lowering the amount paid each month, meaning that with the lower amount paid, it will take significantly longer for the debt holder to pay back the entirety of the debt, which means that it might lower his credit score. In addition, the credit score is also showed on the DMP as proof that the person cannot manage his or her own debt. And lastly, the loaner can not cooperate, meaning that they ignore this plan completely and demand the person to pay them back in full, or maybe get sued at court. So after we understand determining if a DMP is worth it or not, we need to work out the budget. So the budget for a DMP, as I said in the last two steps, some DMP providers give out a hefty price, but some do it for free, which means that we need to work out our budget, our price range, and the quality range that we want our DMP to be. So that's in conclusion. The most important step is determining if a DMP is worth it or not, as well as understanding priority debts, reasons for a DMP, and the risks associated with DMP concerning credit. So that is all for my DE2, my understanding of the DE2 DMPs or debt management plans. Thank you for listening and have a nice day.